How do I start my own business?
Being my own brand would be totally legit.
I want to be the next Gary Vee.
My dream is to be on Shark Tank.
I'm just gonna Google it.
I mean, I'm awesome at social media. What could go wrong?
Oh my God. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learning Curves. I'm so excited to be back with all of you today, and we have a very exciting guest with us today, Miss Alexandra Fitzgerald with Dog Photographer of Tampa Bay. It took me a couple of times to get that one right. We were laughing about it because usually names are really difficult, but that one's really easy and couldn't seem to get it right. But actually, I really do, Alexandra, I love the name Dog Photographer at Tampa Bay because it's very good for like search and SEO reasons.
Yes.
So that's really smart.
Yes. There was a lot of different things that I went through. First, it was well-wishers photography before I realized that I wanted to shoot dogs. Mm-hmm. I say shoot dogs like photograph dogs. People are like, wait, you're going to shoot a dog? No. I'm not going to shoot a dog. I'm going to photograph a dog.
Right.
So I went through a lot of different names to try to figure it out. And finally, I was like, well, Tampa Bay, dog photographer. I mean, it's simple, easy to remember, mostly.
Yeah. And when people are searching, you're the first one that will come up because that's smart. That's what I always try to tell my clients is if you can use the name of what you do within the URL or even within your name.
Right.
It's really hard to find that, first of all, that's not taken. So the fact that you got that, that's awesome.
Yeah. It is a little bit long, though. That's the only thing that kind of screws people up.
Yeah.
It gets long. Like for TikTok, I can't have the whole name set out. For Facebook, I can't have the whole name. And for even my website, I can't have the whole name. I just have to have Dog Photographer of TB, which hopefully people get.
Yeah. People pick up on that.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Well, thanks so much for being here today. Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and about your new business that you just started?
All right. So I'm 25 years old. I'm from this small little town in Maine called Bangor. And
I have some friends from Bangor.
Oh, yes. So I started photography around the age of like 12, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it just was like a dabbling thing with my parents' old camera. And I just like to take pictures. It was dogs, horses, my friends, and flowers. I really like to take pictures of flowers. And from there, we moved down to Miami. And I got my first camera at 16 when I got my horse. And I started this Instagram account that ended up blowing up. And basically through equine photography, I gained a following, I gained connections, I made friends, and at the peak of that account, I had 106,000 followers. So
wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Just from posting your photography?
Yep, just posting, and that was before Reels, that was before TikTok. Actually, that was in the time of Vine. That was when Vine was the thing. And
that's great.
Yeah, so I was friends with this girl who did Grand Prix, and basically like we grew our accounts together because I was the one that was taking all of her pictures. Mm-hmm. I didn't make money off of it at that time. It was all for followers. Like I was 16, 17, 18 years old. So it was just like, how many likes can you get? How many followers can you get? And finally, like the past 2 years through COVID, I met my current boyfriend, and he was a pet photographer as well. And we connected through Instagram over one photo. It was one photo that I commented on, and just the first time I met him, I was actually with someone else, and I saw him, and it was just an instant, like, oh my God, this is going to be my person. Like, this is going to be my person. And
that's exciting.
Yes, it is exciting. Some other things happened, and I ended up being with him, and he's a pet photographer as well. He does different type of marketing than me. He's more word of mouth than I am. And hasn't really worked too much on his business. We've been very busy moving and stuff. We had to move in April, so we've been trying to get settled into our new house and paying all the expensive bills and stuff that come along with it. But through photography, I've met some amazing people, and I've started taking more pictures of dogs, specifically around the Tampa Bay area. I don't necessarily shoot at the beaches all that much, which is a common misconception. People think, okay, Florida, beaches. It's not always just about beaches. There's a lot of beautiful places on trails. There's a lot of beautiful fields that you can find. And it just is it just is so much more than just the beaches.
Yeah, I would think that maybe the beach would be a little distracting too for the dogs.
Yes, yes.
Photography and photo shoots.
Well, it can be
the people and
right. It can be, and also like there's very few places that dogs can actually go to the beach, and at those beaches, there's normally a lot of dogs, so there's a lot of editing that goes into that to get people out of the photos.
yeah, I could say that.
Yeah, it can be frustrating at times. So I stick to my trails. I stick to even the more architectural spots in Tampa. People don't think about what architecture can do to a photograph, like leading lines, light, all kinds of different things like the rule of thirds and all of that stuff that aid in the presentation and the composition of the photograph.
Absolutely. A lot of times you can look at, the coloring of the dog as well in a certain setting.
Mm-hmm. I take a lot of my inspiration from European photographers who actually use a lot of like architecture to show off their work because they don't have the beaches like we do. Mm-hmm. So I've been taking my inspiration from them and trying to make it my own and working through that into the Tampa Bay area, like Curtis Hickson Waterfront Park and stuff like that. There's so many beautiful big buildings and stuff that you can see everywhere, and you just got to find that right spot and the right lighting and the right way to angle the dog, and it turns out stunning.
Oh, that sounds nice. I need to set up a photo shoot for my dog with you.
Of course, of course.
At CEA Marketing, we take your business, your passion, and your why, and we sell it. If you're unsure where to start marketing your company, CEA Marketing is here to help. Our team at CEA has tons of experience and top-notch training, which helps you take all the stress and confusion out of marketing your own business. After years of working with large companies like Pulte Homes, the Outback Bowl, and Metro Places, we guarantee the successful implementation of a marketing strategy.
People have common misconceptions about it too. People think, oh, my dog can't be off leash. And that's fine. Leashes can be edited out. Mm-hmm. My dog doesn't sit still. That's what fast shutter speeds are for.
Yes.
So there's so many different things that people don't really think about, that they just say, oh, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. My dog just won't behave. Your dog doesn't need to be perfectly behaved. It's all common misconception. And the way that I am is I handle dogs much better than I handle people most of the time.
Yes.
So dogs get comfortable with me quite quickly.
Yeah, sometimes it's within the action shoot of them doing something
right.
that you will get the best photo.
Exactly.
People aren't paying attention, or
right.
they're not paying attention, even with people. Like I find that with our studio that we have here, you get them actually doing something and get them actively not thinking about the camera being there.
Right.
That's when you're going to get the best shot.
Right, 100%.
Because even with the dog, like they know probably that something's going on and probably can tend to be they probably get nervous too.
Yes, they can get nervous, they can get rowdy, they can get rambunctious, but try to stay away from dog parks, places that have a lot of other outside things going on that the dog is going to be able to put its focus on instead of the squeaker toy or the duck call that I'm using. I make some crazy noises, and I did this at a photo shoot, last week, and the woman that I was photographing with, she was like, "What was that you just made?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's just an ee."
Yeah, they like those kind of sounds. You can get them to pay more attention that way.
It gets the head tilt.
Yeah,
the head tilt is what you're looking for.
Yep, the head tilt with the mouth open just a little bit like they're smiling.
Yep.
Those are always the best photos of dogs. Well, I mean, it's quite incredible that you're 25 years old. That's really young. Did you go to college, or what's your journey through your education journey?
So I graduated high school. I've done some college. It hasn't been so much for me. So what I ended up doing was just taking the classes that I felt like I needed, that I wanted to be able to grow. So I took a Principles of Financial Accounting class, because to be a business owner, you need to understand that. And I don't think I retained all of the knowledge, but we're working on it. And then I took a couple marketing classes, a couple business classes, and a couple photography classes. And I mean, that's really what I need. It helped me understand the whole dynamic of the situation and of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. No, I think that that's great. College is not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not, and honestly, you don't even have to be, I think there's a lot of pressure that's put on kids these days that you have to be this like perfect student and get these great grades and everything. But what they don't realize is the ones that are more, I think on the creative side of things, we tend to struggle a little bit more with the typical classroom type of work that comes into play.
Yes.
But a lot of times, most of your business owners were either not the ones that got the best grades if they even went to college.
Right.
Or a lot of them are ones that didn't go at all.
I mean, look at like Bill Gates. He didn't go to college, and he's one of the most successful people in the entire world.
Yeah. So what we find is those 4.0 students that work their butt off in college end up working for people like you and I.
Right, exactly.
It's true, though. It's true. I went to college, but I wouldn't say I was nowhere near an A student. But, I did once I finally got into my major and was doing the things that I was really good at, the creative side of things. That's when I started getting really great grades. But before that, it was a complete struggle.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when we get out. We also realize that working for the man isn't our necessarily not our thing. That we're best on our own.
Exactly. I don't want to have a boss. I have a 9 to 5, but I want to be in the way that I can have my own freedom to do what I want. If I don't want to work that day, I don't have to work that day. I can put my phone down. I like to go hiking. I can go hiking. I don't need to worry about anything. I'm just here with my dogs and my boyfriend, and we live our happy little life together in Lakeland, Florida.
No, I love it. I think the dream can be for anybody that really wants to be an entrepreneur. It's there. But there's a whole other side of it that's really hard and difficult, and you have to be self-disciplined, and not everybody's like that.
Yes,
to run your own business.
Yeah, I'm working on that. It
comes with time, trust me.
And I'm sure it comes with age as well.
Yeah,
too.
it does. It does. You find that you make a lot of mistakes along the way, but honestly, you're not going to be great if you don't make those mistakes and you don't learn from them.
Exactly, and I mean, it's best not to make the same mistake twice.
Right.
So always learn from your mistakes the first time. And I have some amazing people that have recently entered my life. I cut out some of the toxic people, and just the amount of progress I've made within the past 3 weeks, just 3 weeks, has been completely astronomical. Astronomical. It's crazy. It's crazy once you get in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to do this. This is going to be my life now. And I've taken off.
And it's really cool. I love that you said that about certain people come into your life as you're running a business, and by allowing them to come into your life, they are game changers for you.
Right.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So I cut some toxic people out of my life that didn't really do anything but bring me down. And I don't need to be around people that bring me down. I need to be around people that lift you up, that motivate you, that push you to be better, and that don't want to see you fail. They want to see you succeed, and they will help in any way that they can for you to succeed. Mm-hmm. It has been crazy. Like Karina Lynn was on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yes, Karina's awesome.
Yes. She became a pretty close friend of mine and invited me to some events that are happening here up in the next couple of weeks. And I've made good friends with her, a couple other dog trainers in the area, and it really has taken off. It's awesome. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, someone like Karina would be great because she has all those groups that she's started, and obviously she works with dogs, so it's a good asset to have around, where she can be referring her dogs to you to get pictures taken.
Exactly. That's what I've started doing, is I'm working with trainers who have like established clients, so I'm following them on some of their training processes. And it's not always a paid gig, but the connections are made there. And I would prefer to make the connections first over getting paid, because then people are going to be like, oh yeah, I know her pictures. I've seen her pictures before.
Well, that's really smart, just to kind of start and go to different events and offer some of the services that you provide for free, just to get people to understand what you do, and then they'll start referring other people to you.
Exactly.
Yep. That's how I built this studio up. We do a lot of events here where we invite different groups in and we just have an event for them. No charge, just come in and check it out.
Yeah.
So they can see all the things that happen, and pretty soon it all comes back to you.
Right. I mean, the more positivity you emit, the more positivity will come back to you, and it comes back tenfold. It is like to the second, to the fourth, to the sixth, to the eighth degree. The more you put out, it will be compounded on itself and come back to you in amazing ways.
It absolutely does. I see that over and over again in my career. So it's nice to see, that you're seeing that, and I see your business really taking off because of all those things that you're doing by, being around those mentors, and also the right types of companies that can then refer out your services to other people.
Right, 100%.
So what other types of things are you doing right now that you find are really successful for you with your business?
With my business, I'm doing some events. I'm a vendor at some events. This next weekend, there is an event at Two Shepherds Tap Room that I'm going to be involved in. It is being hosted by them and Revive Canine, which is Karina's company. And she invited me to be a vendor there, so I'm going to go take some pictures and do some promotional activities. And I'm actually going to have a sale there for people who book on that day. They're going to get almost half price of what a normal photo shoot is.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's great.
If you come out, you're gonna get some good deals.
Okay, and where is this located?
Two Shepherds Tap Room.
Okay.
And it's in Tampa.
Okay.
And it is from 11 to 4. 11 to 4, yes.
Nice. I think she has lots of events with all kinds of different dog vendors.
Yes, she has. I am also going to go to a pup crawl on the 21st, I think it is. It just is hard because Fridays and Saturdays are the busiest at my 9-to-5 job.
Yes.
So I can't always be there. But I'm doing my best to support myself through that, and then also pushing photography in any way that I possibly can.
And that's what you got to do. When you're first getting started out, it's not something where I think a lot of people think, well, I have to quit my 9-to-5 job in order to, start a business. Right. And that is unrealistic, first of all. You should not quit your 9-to-5 job or whether maybe it's like you said, you have a waitressing job. It's probably not 9-to-5. It's probably.
Well, it's like 3 to 8 or 5 to 10.
Right.
Something like that. I mean, I've been there till 12 a couple times.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a really good job. I'll tell you a little bit about that place too. It's in Lakeland. It's called Patio 850. Beautiful, beautiful restaurant, amazing food, great coworkers, great company. And it's a small little restaurant, and I definitely recommend going there because it's very, very, very good, and the atmosphere is amazing.
I'll have to check that out the next time I'm in Lakeland.
Yes, 100%. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, but those types of jobs, allow you to kind of work your own schedule, which is nice, especially when you're starting your own company. I know when I decided to start my business, before that I did have a 9-to-5 sales job, and I was going to be kind of doing the same kind of thing, but I also knew that while I was getting started, I needed to have income coming in to pay the bills.
Exactly.
So, my past experience was, bartending and waitressing and things like that. So I ended up just getting a bartending job and working happy hour because it was at a great time from like 5 to 8, where, I could still do stuff during the day, but I wasn't bartending until midnight or 3 a.m. in the morning. So I had enough energy to do what I needed the next day, but I could make a couple $100,
a night in 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Happy hours were the best for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I pocketed a lot of money, and at the same time I started my business, and I just took off.
Yeah.
And there were certain time periods, when, that certain situations happened where I ended up having a couple different journeys through entrepreneurship where I had some starts and stops with different business partners in the beginning, to where the last piece of it is when I kind of went on my own.
Right.
But each of those starts and stops in between, I went back to bartending.
Exactly.
I started back up again.
Right.
And then kind of did my thing, and it just kind of helped me get through, get settled, and, go on my way with my business.
Right. That's what I like so much about having this afternoon job, because light photo shoots for light, very good around like 9, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I have time to go home, edit for a little bit, take a nap if I need to. I'm one of those people that needs like a little siesta during the middle of the day. So I have time to chill for a little bit and then go to work and then come home, chill out, do some more editing if I need to, read a little bit. I'm reading quite a few motivational books right now. Very, very helpful. I was supposed to read all of Speak With No Fear this weekend, but it didn't end up happening. I was so busy, I couldn't get through it.
Tell me some of your favorite books that have really helped you with your business.
So Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits, it wasn't really a book that started my business, but it jump-started my motivation. It jump-started my habit building. I do this thing called bullet journaling. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
No, talk about it.
So bullet journaling is basically making your own journal. And you can get, it's a dot grid journal. You can get them off of Amazon even. You can get them from Denick is one of my favorites, and Papier. So I get them from there, and what I'll do is I make an outline every week, and the outline is the same. It took me probably about a year of trying to figure out like how I wanted it to look, and now that I've figured it out, I've been doing it for a year consistently. I track my moods, I track my tasks, I make priorities, I track my habits. I have like 6 habits a day that I'm working on building more. I have whiteboards all over my office that just have motivational sayings on them, and I have schedules on them. Like I like to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I'll have a cup of coffee. I'll take a shower. I'll get dressed for the day, make the bed, and start working on business, do some chores, just everything that compounds on itself. I also just read The Compound Effect, and you're going to hear me say compound a lot because positivity compounds on itself. Negativity compounds on itself. The more positive you are, the more positive you will continue to be, and the faster that positivity will grow.
That's very true. That is great advice. Wow. That's impressive. I just learned a few things there.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I'm one of those people that has scribbles all over my books, and I have 2 bullet journals. I have one for my everyday life, like my chores, other tasks that I have, like appointments that I have, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then I have one that's specifically for business, that I track my business habits, like, okay, was I on Instagram today, Facebook today? Did I make TikTok? Did I do Reels? Did I budget? Did I plan? Just all that stuff. And then I'll make like 3 or 4 goals for the week, like maybe, okay, book 1 shoot this week and 3 inquiries. And then at the bottom of the page, I'll have like a little place that shows where I can book my shoot and the name of the person, the name of the dog, the time, the date, how much they've already paid. And then I will make the outline like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And each day I'll say, okay, so today I want to work on my website. I want to work on building my website today. Oh, tomorrow I want to work on building my portfolio. I want to read 5 chapters. I want to meditate for 30 minutes. I do a guided meditation every single morning. The app that I use is called Calm. I highly recommend it. It is a paid app, but it has...
Heard of that app before.
You have?
It's really good.
Yes, it is so good. So good. It's helped me so much. I listened to a bunch on my way here because I was so nervous. So...
Oh, no need to be nervous. It's all fun.
It is. I'm here and I'm comfortable now.
Yeah, no, the app Calm is great, and the books that you just mentioned, we will, if you can, we'll get the names of those again, and I'll link to those books.
Yes.
In the show notes, so if anybody wants to check that out, I think that's all like really great advice that you're getting. I like the fact that something that I personally need to work on. I'm a bit of a night owl, so I kind of stay up late and do stuff. But I have heard that a lot of people, business owners, successful business owners, they get up really early in the morning.
Yes.
Because it allows you to start your day in the right way.
Right.
So you're not running around with chicken with your head cut off.
Right. There's this other book that I actually have yet to read, but I've listened to a couple podcasts about it. It's called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And from the podcast I've listened to, I have the book sitting at home. I just haven't gotten to it yet. He wakes up at like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, does like 10 minutes of exercise, 10 minutes of journaling. It just takes him like an hour to do all of his routine of his miracle morning. Having an exercise routine, which is something I'm lacking currently right now, is very, very, very vital for your mental health and your well-being, and your ability to continue moving forward even through tough times, because tough times always come for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, but you have to remember that this too shall always pass.
That is very true. I've been doing this for a long time, 25 years in business, and it's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least.
It is.
Definitely have those good points and those bad points. I love, there's a lot that can get done in the morning with those types of things, and just doing it for yourself. I mean, I know that one of the things I recently started changing for myself is I started working out every day. I got really, I think all of it might have happened to a lot of us too, like during COVID and just being home more, just, I don't know, getting more lazy, I think I found with just myself and my body. But then over the last couple months, I put together this new routine.
Good.
I've been eating healthier and working out, and I just feel so much better.
Yeah, it helps. It helps your physical health. It helps your mental health.
It helps with your focus, because I found myself losing a lot of focus.
And your energy as well. You have the ability to get through the day instead of feeling sluggish around like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah. I do pass out a lot earlier because my body's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But that's good for me too, because I don't stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning like I used to. So, all these positive changes that you make for yourself is a good thing.
Yeah, it is very much so.
Usually baby steps, like one thing at a time.
That's one of the things that I read in the compound effect. You need to give yourself time. You need to look at yourself non-judgmentally. Okay, I didn't get this habit done today. I start it again tomorrow. It takes 66 days on average to build a habit. It can take anywhere up to a year to truly build a habit. So the more you do something, the more you work at it, the easier it gets, the more it will compound on itself.
That's great advice. I love that.
For a 25-year-old, huh?
Yeah. See, you don't need no college.
Exactly.
You got all the stuff going on with everything that you're doing with the self-education, the reading of the books, the listening to podcasts. You learn so much from listening to podcasts.
Yes. One of my favorite podcasts actually is called Hair of the Dog Academy. It's by Nicole Bagley. She is one of the most well-known pet photographers in the entire world. And she does this podcast where they talk about everything under the sun when it comes to pet photography, from marketing, business, and how to set up shoots, how to use light, all of it. It is very, very insightful, and I look forward to, I think Thursdays is when her podcast comes out. Every week. I look forward to Thursdays every week.
Yeah, no, the podcasts are great because it just kind of keeps you going, and especially when you can sign up for something, whether it's, like a group of people that are all in your industry that you can all talk together, or by going onto that podcast. I'm sure there's lots of other listeners on there as well.
Yes.
A lot of them sometimes have their own Facebook groups where you can all go in and, hey, I have this problem.
Right.
Or that.
Yes.
And they're able to, people within the community can help each other.
Right. They actually just moved from Facebook to another, like an actual website. So I missed the Facebook group, but there's also like a bunch of dog photography Facebook groups that you can ask questions, you can show pictures and behind the scenes footage and action. I mean, you can't promote your business there. And anyway, it's not really like important to promote your business there, because these are people that are coming from all over the world and congregating on this Facebook group to share their work and share their information. And it's so nice because the photography industry can be pretty catty.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Territorial.
Yes.
Especially in Tampa Bay, because there's a couple really big photographers. I'll give a shout out to Adam and Mary Goldberg of A Gold Photography. They work with Humane Society of Tampa Bay. They are amazing photographers.
Oh, that's nice. Are they pet photographers also?
Yes, they are. They do most of their work in studio, which is something I haven't mastered yet. I haven't mastered being able to work in a studio yet.
Well, you can come right here to Second Soul and practice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes in studio might be a way to go for pet photography. Yeah, I love that you're listening to those podcasts and you're going onto the groups to get advice. Those are all really good things to do.
Yes, and the Tampa Bay Women's Networking Professional Group and the Tampa Bay Pet Industry Professional Group. Those are two places that I've gotten a lot of advice from and pushed myself out there. There's actually an an event here on Thursday that I'm coming to. It's my first one.
Yes,
Finally
there
bought
is.
a dress, finally bought some heels, and it'll be my first time wearing a dress in like 2 years.
Oh, wow. Fun.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, that event's going to be great. I think 50 different women professionals.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. People are so knowledgeable and people are so eager to teach. And that's kind of why I'm happy about being on the podcast, is because I want to teach people. You know, I don't want to be that territorial person who's like, no, I don't want you to learn what I know.
Right.
I want people to understand like the ins and outs of dog photography, because it is just so much fun. It's so much fun working with dogs. I'm an introvert. I'm not as good with people as I am with dogs. It just how it is.
Oh. No, the more that you give, the more that you get back.
100%.
And that's the way our new world is. It's very collaborative, which is nice to see. I know being I call myself an old dog. Old dog like me. Back, when I first started in advertising agencies, it's a very competitive space, and everybody's very secretive about what
Yes.
you were doing.
Yes.
The next pitch, you're always worried about what's that agency doing over there, kind of
Exactly,
thing. And
exactly.
you would walk into a big pitch and you're all with your black boards and your black suits on and your cases zipped up. And you're all lined up and you're looking at the other, you're all staring each other down, like
Like, who's going to be better?
giving each other that look. Like no one's friendly with each other at all.
Right.
You're just looking at it.
right, exactly.
What you got in there, like I
That's hilarious.
bet mine's better than yours,
Exactly.
kind of thing. But it was not a friendly environment at all.
No.
And now it's just very different. I mean, I do know still some of those agencies that kind of go like this, and they want to come out and steal your business from you, and just had that happen recently, which isn't fun. But you also have that group of other great companies where
Right.
I've actually collaborated with several other agencies this
Right.
past year, and finding those partner people that, hey, if I can't, you might be really busy on a photo shoot and you can say, I personally don't have time, but here's somebody else that can do it.
That's my boyfriend. My boyfriend, for me, there are some things that he's a little bit better at that I'm not as good at. And if I don't have time, I'll be like, hey, so this is my boyfriend. He runs DK's Rough Life, DK's Rough Photography. And I'll say sorry, I don't have time right now. How about you go take a look at his website, his Instagram account, and book with him, because he's amazing. He's amazing as well. I mean, I have to say, I think he's a better photographer than me. I'm very, very humble about my work. I'm very humble, but I've been complimented a lot lately, and I'm trying to not let my ego get to me.
I think you probably have both different styles, and everybody kind of has a
Yes.
different way about them.
Yes. Plus, we shoot with different gear.
Yeah.
And every type of gear, he shoots with a mirrorless Sony, and I still shoot with a DSLR. Even though it is full frame, the pictures just are very, very different. They're very different quality. His quality with a mirrorless camera is absolutely stunning. It's stunning. I can't wait to upgrade.
Oh, yeah, those are cool cameras.
Yeah.
I think we have one of these here, don't we, Ennis? Yeah, we do. We have all kinds of fun camera equipment here at the studio. So when it comes to marketing your business, we talked a lot about some of the different things that you're doing with some of the groups that you're involved in. You're going to a lot of different locations where there's other vendors where you can show off your business. What else are you doing to help get the word out?
So I try to do reels, more on Instagram. I'm trying to get into doing more reels and giving people tips. I have this thing that I do sometimes. I'm trying to get into a habit of doing it called Tip Tuesday, because I want to teach people. And if people are interested, they're going to come for that content. They're going to be like, oh, okay, that's interesting content, learning about lighting, learning about ISO, f-stop, and shutter speed and everything, because it's very vital when working with dogs that you work with a higher shutter speed. And one of those shutter speed, 1/250th of a second is the shutter speed to stop motion. Obviously, if a dog is running, it needs to be higher than that.
Yes.
But marketing wise, going to these events has helped, and just talking to people. talking to people, like even through my job, like dogs are allowed at my 9 to 5.
Oh, nice.
So I'll talk to people. I'll be like, hey, you have a really cute dog. Like, what do you like to do with them? And
Smart.
yeah, and then I'll be like, hey, I have a business card. I keep a couple business cards in my server book all the time, and we'll give people business cards. And I've gotten some leads through that, and it's super cool. It's super cool.
Yeah, no, that's really smart. I love it.
Yeah, there's so many different roads to travel. You don't just need to stay in one area. You don't just need to stay in one niche. That's why I've started to step out of my comfort zone and work with the Tampa Bay women's professional industry instead of just the Tampa Bay like dog people. Because there are people in this Tampa Bay women's professional networking industry that have dogs and they don't even know dog photography exists. So it's like, hey, like, look, we're here. There's this thing that's really cool, and I can take pretty pictures of your dog.
And everybody loves their dogs. So.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They do. They
Would
do.
want
They're a part of
pictures.
the family. They're more than just a pet now. People have dogs as a part of their family. It just is the world we live in now.
It is. Absolutely. And you might want to consider, it sounds like you're heavily involved with Facebook and LinkedIn and TikTok and things like that.
LinkedIn, not so
Oh,
much.
not LinkedIn. Didn't mean to say that. I meant
Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, Instagram, where you can actually run targeted ads through
Right.
there. I'm not sure if you tried that before, but I found it at my studio to get quite a few good qualified leads because you can actually target pet owners
Right.
through there.
I actually haven't gotten as much leads from that. I have been gaining followers. Like I said, things compound. I've been compounding followers organically instead of just using ads and stuff. And it's actually been much more beneficial for me than just spending money on ads because maybe, okay, I'll spend $100. I'll make $350 on a photo shoot, but I only book one photo shoot.
Right, through the ads.
Exactly. So it's like it doesn't really work for me. And I've decided that more organic work where I'm going out there and I'm being active and I'm putting my face out there, not just my profile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you have to do both in order to make that successful. Yeah, you have to work each side of it, the social to get the word out and just being out there. And honestly, being out there is probably more beneficial.
People like to see you. They like to talk to you. They like to talk to me because I'll nerd out. Like you've heard me nerd out a couple times today.
You nerd out a couple times.
They like to hear me know what I'm talking about when it comes to dogs, when it comes to photography.
Yes.
And working with dog trainers, I probably could step into that world and be a dog trainer myself, but it's not really what I want to do. But I'm very happy working with the dog trainers, like in cahoots with them, and we will push each other's businesses and promote each other, and it really has been beneficial for me lately.
I love that.
Yeah.
The dog trainers are a key part of probably your referral business for sure.
Very much so. Very much so. People are spending a lot of money to train their dogs. And they're like, oh, okay, so my dog is like super well trained now. So like, let's do a photo shoot. But it's not just that. Your dog doesn't need to be perfect. That's what fast shutter speeds, high f-stops, and patience are for.
Yes.
And long leashes.
Yes, that's absolutely what it's for. Well, that's awesome. You've shared so much great information and some really good tips today.
Yeah.
I love, all the things that you're doing. I love that you're so young and you have so much energy and you're just doing all these things to constantly learn and better yourself.
Every day is
Yeah.
a new opportunity. Every day is a new opportunity. So say you have a bad day tomorrow or a bad day yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up. It's a new day. It's a new opportunity. Brush off yesterday. Don't think about tomorrow. Just allow yourself to live in this moment, one moment at a time.
That's great advice. I love it. Follow that advice. Perfect.
It's taken me a very, very long time to follow my own advice. I'm much better at giving it than I am at taking it. So finally within the past, basically it's been like a month now that I've started really, truly thinking like this, and everything has compounded on itself. I am happier than I've ever been in my entire life, and I've had more leads than I've ever had, and people just enjoy talking to me, and I enjoy talking to people. It's nice. It's a very, very nice feeling to be surrounded by so many amazing, amazing people.
Yes, it is. Well, congratulations to all your success.
Thank you.
And I'm going to see big things from you. I'm excited to watch.
Oh, yes.
You grow.
I'm coming, Tampa Bay. Watch out.
Watch out. Well, again, thanks so much, Alexa. We appreciate your time today on Learning Curves.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. It's been 100% great experience.
Yeah, really enjoyed having you.
Thank you.
And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are also going to have in the notes section all the great books that Alexa mentioned and some of her tips. And thank you for coming on again, Alex, and sharing all your great information and insight. And we wish you the best of luck with your new business.
Thank you so much, everybody, and I hope you join in. And I look forward to seeing the podcast and listening to it. And I know I have a lot of people that are very interested in to hear how today went.
I think it went great.
Good. I'm glad. I was so nervous, but I'm not nervous anymore. It's been awesome.
Yay. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Second Soul Studios is a full-service production studio with capabilities for photo, video, podcasting, editing, co-working, and more. Our photo video studio has a number of different backdrop choices and props to choose from. We also have a gourmet kitchen set, or if you're an upstart podcaster, you'll love our 4-person podcast studio. So what are you waiting for? Visit secondsoulstudios.com to book a tour today.